Good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. I am late. I'm sorry. But better late than never, you know? Sometimes staying on task is not easy, for sure. Let me get this shared all around here just a little bit. Da-dum, da-dum. I was needed somewhere else for a moment, and it turned into 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. Hi, Karen. Hey, there we go. Hi, Diane, Chanel, and Shauna, and Andrea, and Britta. There you are. Thanks, guys. I'm so sorry. I really try hard to be on time. It just doesn't always work all the time, but I try. Oh my goodness. Let me get this shared around. 1 second. Hold on. Let me see here. All right, I believe they are the only places I needed. There we go. Hi, Sue Ann. All right, I'm seeing everybody here. Let me put this here so I can see who is following. Hi, Stacy. So, okay, guys, good morning. And again, I'm so sorry. I respect your time. I swear I do. We had a Bible study last night. I don't know if I told you guys this, but on every other Monday, we have got a couple of our neighbors, Andrew and Casey, who are right beside us, and across the street, Chelsea and her husband Jeff, and me and Lee, and my sister-in-law Ann, who lives with me. We started, oh gosh, I don't know, probably 1, 2, 3, maybe a little over 2 months ago. No, it's probably been almost 2 months. Anyways, we started like a home Bible study where we're starting in Matthew, and we're just kind of going through the Bible and kind of sharing things about ourselves and what we've learned and trying to understand, the Bible, things like that. And there's no better place to start if you want to read the Bible. I know people say start in Genesis, beginning to end. I think, yeah, but I think you end up falling off because if you don't understand a lot of it, I always tell people start in the New Testament. Start in Matthew. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. If you want to be introduced to Jesus, that's where you need to start, right there. So we were doing that, and I was talking to my son before that last night, my youngest, Anthony, and he I said, babe, we need to go because we've got to get ready to go over. And we always cook something. Like Ann made some chili, and Casey made a cake last night. I made some tea, and there was pastas. We always make. So like next week, it's not 2 weeks from to last night. Yeah, it's going to be my turn. So they'll all be over here, and we switch houses, right? It's really a good time. It's a good way to get to know your neighbors. It's a good way to introduce people to Jesus. It's a good way just to read the Bible and the stories and the parables and getting through what Jesus did for us. And it really is going well. And it was Lee's idea to do this, and so he kind of directs the whole thing. But really, really, really cool. So Anthony, my son, said, well, when are you going to invite me to it? And I thought, well, you're in Maryland, and I'm, we're here in North Carolina, and Lee said we can FaceTime him in, and we did. It was so great. We took his MacBook, and we FaceTimed Anthony in, and he was able to listen and be a part of it, and just, learn, and, we only do it for about an hour or so, but it really is just a good thing. It is a really, really, really good thing. Hi, Diane. I'm seeing different people jump on. Hello, Stacy Martin. Let's see here. Cheryl, how are you? Katie, Stephanie, Jennifer. We'll see. She is my sister in Christ for sure. Hi, Quentin. I see you. So I really like it. Jennifer, you know what I'm talking about then. Yeah. It's something we started. Look, the pandemic, when we moved down here, we just didn't get to know a lot of people. And when we got to know Andrew and Casey, who are kind of like an adopted son and daughter for me, and then of course Chelsea and Jeff moved in not so long ago, and they have two beautiful children. It has been a real, and we hope it grows, right? We hope that more people will become a part of it. But what a way that when the way certain verses affect different people, right? What they learned from it, how this verse may not have had any impact on me at all, but it had an impact on somebody else, or you can relate a life experience to what it was. It was really, really good, y'all. Okay, it's and every week it gets better. Right now, we started on Matthew 5, chapter 5, and guys, we didn't even get through the whole chapter. Like, we were almost exhausted, right, after going through half of it, because everybody was sharing, and it was just, if you guys feel like you ain't got nothing, the reason you feel like you ain't got nothing is because you need some Jesus. That's all I'm gonna say. You need some Jesus. So I am loving it. Hi, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Michelle. If you're seeing this, look, you're gonna see this if you're in there a couple of different places. If you're in my customer VIP group, you're seeing this because I think everybody deserves a little bit of moments with Jesus. My Onward, no matter what group, it is in there. And it is perfectly okay for you to scroll by. If you're like, Molly, I want nothing to do with Jesus because I'm a bit angry with him right now, I need you to know I get that. I get that because I was there at one time for a huge part of my life. There's no judgment here. But I feel when I started Onward and even my journey with Avon, that anything that's good, bad, or indifferent in my life, I have come to share with everybody. I think that's why a lot of you follow me, you know? Like, you're like, well, if you want to know the truth or how somebody feels about something, follow Molly Stone Bibb. Mama Molly, she gonna tell us, right? And I do. Things that I haven't liked with my company, things I love about my company, things I don't like about life, things I love about life. The fact that we should not be judgmental. It's not my job to judge you, what you believe, what you don't. My job is to share the love I have found. That is my love for you. That is my love for my business, my love for Jesus above all. I am, this is not about perfect. This isn't about judging lifestyles. This is just simply about the fact that I need you to know that one day we don't all live forever, and one day we're all going to meet our maker, right? And I want to make sure that when you do, that he welcomes you with open arms, that you know that he died on the cross for you. He sent his son to die on the cross for you, and then the important part, he rose again in 3 days, and with that he purchased our salvation. That I need you to know, I am a child of God, but I still mess up. And I still don't get it right. And I still do wrong. And people will still judge me. And people will say, hey, you do this. And you say you know Jesus. Yes, because see, my Jesus, he is a forgiving God. And when he wants me to change something, he doesn't leave me alone about it. But I'm here just to share good things, and let you know that you are not alone. And if you somehow or other feel the love of Jesus because you're watching me, whether it's being crazy on social media, whether it's talking to you about business, whether it's having straight talk with you, no matter what that is, hey Kathy, I need you to know that it all comes from somewhere. And for so many years I struggled that, what did he have me here for? What would anybody create somebody who has been such a hot mess most of her life and is still struggling and still doesn't get it all right? I need you to know it's okay that you don't get it all right. And if somebody told you, because you went to a church, you heard some preacher, whatever it is, who tells you that you have to follow this, and this, and if not, you're going to hell, that kind of thing. Jesus didn't preach like that. I need you to know. Jesus loved people, and Jesus showed them why they should want to follow him, and why they should want to be an influence in this world for him. And I believe that my mom knew that. I know I only had her for 16 years, but I think that God used all those things in my life. He used my anger because of losing people. He used my anger because my first marriage didn't work out. He used anger because Lee was struck with this eye disease, and it kind of robbed us of so much in life. It was anger because I found out I had cancerous tumor on my, they call it a mass, I hate that word, on my kidney. But God has brought me through it. He has brought me through everything. Look, the journey has not been easy. And I don't know anywhere in the Bible where it says, oh, if you know Jesus, life is going to be easy. Life is it's going to be good. No, no, no. It means you don't have to do life alone. That no matter who is not with you here on this earth, that you don't have to do life alone. And that's a good feeling that some things, even some things I feel like I can't share with Lee, and I feel I can share just about everything with Lee, that I can go up and sit in my chair and be like, okay, God, look, I know you already know this, but can I talk to you about this? And sometimes just to be my authentic self with him, whether that's to cry or to leave or to worry and then leave it at his feet, which is the hardest thing for me to do because I'm a control freak, you know what I'm saying. So this is why I share it everywhere. You don't have to leave my group if you don't know Jesus, if you don't want to know Jesus. You don't. You can keep scrolling on this one because you know that on Tuesday nights I will be back and we will talk all Avon in there, okay? And my customers, I'm going to keep sharing the products. It's all good. But what I hope is that one day you're going to catch one of these and you're going to hit something in your life where you feel like you have no direction, a dead end, a wall. You feel like you're being closed in on. You feel like that there's nobody you can trust. You're going to feel like nobody understands. And I hope that this video, whether you're watching it live, whether you catch a replay, whether you watch it on my YouTube, I hope that in that moment of need that you realize you're not alone. That Jesus has put people like me in your life to let you know we don't have to do life alone. And when people disappoint you, when men and women cheat on each other, when there is unhappiness, when you lose a child, when you lose the job, when you don't understand when your sons or your daughters or whoever, how people can treat you badly, how your family can be so messed up and just dysfunctional, through it all, you can get through it with him. So I hope in sharing some of these devotions that that's what you find, because that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Stephanie is on. Hello, my friend. How are you? Oh, look at me. There's lots of people showing up. Look at this. Hi, Mary. Mary Becker. Mary, how did the surgery go? Just asking. Okay, how did the surgery go, girlfriend? We were in heavy prayer for that, so hope everything went okay. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, Rosemary. Um, hey, Christy Vine is on here. She is, yes, she is my unique girl. She is also in direct sales. I have known her since she was in high school, and she has been through a lot in her life, and her and her family continue to go through things, but I will tell you, they get through them, and I know that they get through them with a whole lot of Jesus in their life, and I just love her. I couldn't love her anymore. Couldn't be any more proud of her because through all the things she's been through, she continues to try to build the business that is right for her, and she has lost so much weight. She is on a just getting healthy deal, and I just, as somebody who can only watch her from afar, she is amazing. So absolutely love her. So thanks for joining, Christy, and I know I spent some time talking about you, but girl, that seems to happen every time I see you're on here. Kathy says yes, we all struggle, but I'm real. Kathy, I hear you. Don't tell. Jennifer says people are so often hurt by church people. Yes, they are. You're so right. Matter of fact, that's where most of the damage is done. And guys, that's why I was late. I was on the phone with Anthony, and Anthony has such a heavy heart for some of his friends who are trying to find something in their life. And Anthony is not real patient, okay? He's still learning that at a young age. And I told him, Anthony, you just need to keep living your best life for God. You just need to, when they bring up certain things, when they bring up things that you're like, whoa, and you just simply need to say, that's not my God. That's people who have steered you in that direction. It's not my God. And introduce them to God, and introduce them to who you know as God and what He has done for you, and the fact that even during your darkest times, when you wanted nothing to do with Him, He was still there. He was protecting you from your own self and your own behaviors, because He was going to use those things to help you influence people in your life. So to see this happening with him, and wondering if my boys were ever going to find their way, and I say back to Jesus, because I know that they're saved. I know they know where they're going. If something happens to them today, I know they're going to be in God's hands. I don't worry about that. But if you're living a life without God in your life, I just got to tell you, I don't know how people do that. Um, I was that person, okay? I was like Anthony. I had just walked away from it because I let bad Christians rob me of a good God. I let bad experiences in churches and private schools and all of that rob me of a really, really great and loving God who wants the best for me and wants to open doors for me. That, by the way, just because you accept Him, it doesn't mean everything's going to be okay. What it does mean is He can be there to walk that path with you. And even if you take a wrong turn, even if you go somewhere that maybe you didn't feel like you had clarity on, He can use that no matter what to help make you a better person, to help give inspiration to other people watching you come through the journey. So, you know what? Let go of the anger and stuff, and let's find a little Jesus today, okay? For sure. Okay. Oh, so good, Mary. I was just reading. So good. Makes me very, very happy that she's home recovering. Love that. Hi, Donna. I was late, girl. It's okay. I was late. I was supposed to be here at 10. I didn't show up till 10:45. You'll have to go back and find out why if you didn't hear the reason, girlfriend. But I'm glad you were here. Okay. So let's hop right into this. First of all, let me share one little thing with you. Y'all are going to laugh because you know this is a whole lot of Molly right here, okay? Um, do you see this little thing of magic right here? Do you see this Krispy Kreme donut? Do you know what's out? Pumpkin spice, baby. Pumpkin spice. No, I don't like pumpkin spice everything. Y'all who are sharing the crazy stuff like pumpkin spice bacon and pumpkin spice whatever, stop it. Stop it. Quit making me look the fool. Okay, I'm not that person, but give me some pumpkin bread. Give me some pumpkin creamer. Give me some pumpkin drink. Give me some good old pumpkin pie, especially if it's my pumpkin pie, and I'm gonna love it. But every year, Krispy Kreme comes out with the pumpkin glazed donuts, and then comes out with these cake donuts. And don't you know, they was in the store, and you know I got me some, right? Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and eat the whole thing in front of you. Got me some coffee. We good. Mm. Okay. Yes, Jennifer. Love to see him, especially my messes, girl, because my messes have been such big messes. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mary, believe me. And we have a Krispy Kreme, but we have to go 45 minutes up the road to Hickory to get it. But these were just in the grocery store, and they're not nearly as good or as fresh as the ones made there. But what I like is you don't have to get a dozen. There was a 6-pack, so I can let Lee can have 3, and I can have 3, and we can eat them. So yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so let me get started reading the devotion. I know I have a busy day. You all have a busy day, and I've got to prepare for just getting orders ready for my Avon customers. Can I just say, in God's time, because y'all know I have been praying to just build a customer base down here, and the pandemic robbed me, robbed me, man. Let me tell you, building face-to-face customers down here because there was no face-to-face. You know what I'm saying? But I have to tell you that this has been amazing. We kept praying, God, we know you're going to bring us the right customers. God, in your time, I get it. But also in that, I had to make sure that my actions were very much somebody who wants new customers, not just saying, please God, bring them to me, like drop them at my door. That would be nice. But I had to make sure that I am on my business page doing that. I'm working my group in Nextdoor. In the Nextdoor app, I made a group in there, and I don't have a lot of people in there, but people are joining here and there. Social media, just trying to talk about things. Um, but here, it's all about, for me, brochures, business cards, leaving them, finding those free business magazine racks and sticking brochures on them. Businesses are opening up and they're letting me leave some brochures there, making conversation and talking to people one on one. God has been so good. In the last 4 months, I have 25 new in-person customers who have found me all different ways, right? I delivered to one man yesterday who bought 20 of the black suede deodorants because they were the buy one, get one free. And it's so funny. I told him, I said, God sent you to me. I said, because I've been praying for customers like you who, when they need something, they know where they can go. And with that, Avon, somewhere along the line, had gifted me a full-size black suede cologne. And because he bought 10 of them, I gave him like a Skin So Soft hand cream, and I gave him that. And he was so excited. He was so excited. But he was such a nice man. It was so nice to meet nice people. I have another lady, again, who wanted Bug Guard, and I'm delivering to her tomorrow, brand new. And she's another one who bought 20 deodorants, okay? She won't need them probably for the whole year because it was buy one, get one free. But do you understand the connection? The connection? I believe when you ask, it's not that you get your answer right then. It's not right, always right then. But he did lead me to say, if you want these things you're asking for, don't forget to do your part. Kind of like if you want to learn about Jesus, pick that Bible up. Pick that Bible up. Get a good devotional that somebody who you know is following Jesus and you'd like to find the Jesus they're following, right? Make sure that they'll turn you on to the right devotionals. You don't have to understand every word, because what you'll understand is that he loves us so much. So don't forget, you got to do the legwork when you ask for stuff. When he opens the door, don't forget to walk through it, right? Don't forget. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so let me, this was a good one. Again, these are devotionals that I marked last year when I was going through my cancer scare. And this was kind of huge for me. Feeling alone. Sometimes I still feel alone, and I have to remind myself, guys, we're still human. We still feel things. We do. We still feel things. Sometimes I'm like, come on, God, reach on down here. Let me know I'm not alone. And then sometimes I think the fact that I'm just talking to him, and the fact that I'm like, I need my cup of coffee completely for Jesus today, because we just need to have a talk, because I need to tell him how I'm feeling. And what happens is, when I'm talking to him, sometimes he helps me in talking to him iron out things that I need to look at differently, which is huge. Um, so let me read this. First of all, I'm going to read the verses, okay? Um, the first one is Psalm 139, 1 through 4. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. I love these verses. Ugh. You understand my thought from afar. You scrutinize my path and my lying down, and are intimately acquainted with all my ways. Even before there is a word on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all. He does. People go, why should I pray to him? Why should I talk to him? Because he already knows. You say he already knows. I know he knows. But he just like to hear my voice. He's my friend. And what friend doesn't like to have conversation? And what friend just wants to hear from you only when you need something, right? No. He is there always. 1 Corinthians 13:12. For now we see indistinctly as in a mirror, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully as I am fully known. Romans 3:22. This righteousness from God comes through faith in Jesus Christ to all who believe. And the last one, Psalm 21:6. Surely you have granted him eternal blessings and made him glad with the joy of your presence. Now, let's read the devotion and we'll see how this ties in. I have searched you and known you. I am intimately acquainted with all your ways. Even before there is a word on your tongue, I know it all. Beloved, you are indeed fully known. I have complete knowledge of everything about you, including your most secret thoughts and feelings. Oh, y'all know. Y'all know, right? Those things that you probably don't even share with your best friend because you're like, oh, if they knew I was thinking that, they would just think, ooh, are you serious, Molly? Or my husband. A lot of times I'll tell Lee after the fact when I work it out, and he'll be like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, cuz, do you know how crazy that is? But I'll talk to God about it. But he knows, guys. This transparency could be terrifying for you if you were not my follower. Have you ever been that person who, when you're thinking something, you immediately go, oh, wow, you know who knows that I was just thinking that? Jesus. Yup. He knows. And I imagine sometimes, this is what I imagine Jesus. He's over here helping everybody else, right? And all of a sudden I have this thought like, you know what? I don't even know why I try. Sometimes I feel like God's not even there. And all of a sudden he's like, whoa! Yo! Molly. What'd you say? What'd you say? I mean, you think I don't hear you? I heard you. I heard them a million people. I heard you. I imagine him going, what am I going to do with you? Have we not been here before, Molly? Have we not been here before? And he shake his head. Sometimes I think he popped me in the back of the head with something that happens to remind me, oh, he's there. You know those times when you know that you should give of yourself or you should give of your money, and it's hard because you're already timed out. You're already just squeezed for money, but something is telling you that you need to give to this or give to that or whatever, and you know that if you do, it's going to take some real faith, because you giving, whether it's time, yourself, money, food, whatever it is that you're giving, in some way it's probably going to put you in a worse place. But then I have to remember, he always has me. And I had one of those things happen this week when I was door dashing, and there was a need. I could see it. There was a need. Um, but I still had a couple of bills to pay. And I thought, if I do this is really going to put me in a spot. And I thought, but it won't leave me alone. So my thought was, well, if that person is still there, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then we're just gonna see. We're just gonna see what happens. And so I did it, and I was still feeling like, you know what? I know God's got me, but I was still trying to believe it, right? And then two new customers called with two new orders of things I had in stock. And not only was it for that amount, it was for double the amount that I didn't have to give. I was astounded that I felt moved to do something, and I didn't do it immediately then, because something in me did not believe that God would have me, even though he was moving me to bless somebody else, right? Whew. And I did. And it's true what they say. He just gives back 100-fold. He does. And I am somebody. Lee always laughs. He goes, you know what? We could hit the lottery for $1 million, and my wife will be the one who's out there on every street corner trying to give the money away or buy 100 representatives brochures because they can't afford them and mail them to everybody. She'd be like going through the money because she'd be trying to help everybody, and I can't help everybody. But he's probably right. But or cook food for everybody, right? I'm gonna go have a big old picnic feast in my house. Everybody, all you people here who have to shop at the Goodwill or whatever, come on, I'm gonna feed y'all. That would be me. I'm just saying it. That would be me. So he's probably right on that. But I have to laugh. I have to laugh because I looked up. I remember thinking, and I said, you knew, didn't you? And that's exactly. Look, I know. Again, I'm not one of them big like holy roly prayers. I tell you, I talk to him like he my best friend, right? And you knew, right? You knew what you was gonna do. You knew what was gonna happen. But I doubted it for a moment. Then you showed off, God. You showed off, right? You showed off. And I love it. I love it when he shows off. And sometimes I have to wait longer. But it's not about getting the blessing from the God, because the blessing was when I helped that person with what I did. It just felt good to release something and to know that whatever it was that was moving me, I did it. Yeah, Kathy, cook, Molly. Yes, I'm going to cook. Yes, for sure. Okay, so let's move on. I know I get all into this. This transparency could be terrifying for you if you were not my follower. But you have nothing to fear because my perfect righteousness has been credited to you through your faith in me. You're a cherished member of my family, of God's family. My intimate relationship with you is a powerful antidote to feelings of loneliness. I get loneliness. Do you know it's possible to be lonely in a room full of people? It's possible to feel empty in a stadium of people. It is not a good feeling, right? It's not. You just feel like nobody gets you, nobody understands your struggle. I'm here to tell you there is someone who gets your struggle. Sometimes we're looking for the wrong people, right? To just get our struggle or be there for our struggle, and you feel like when times get hard, people aren't, or when you do something that somebody doesn't understand, people leave. And that is absolutely the truth, because I got to tell you, since I have reconnected with my journey with God, sadly, some people have very quietly left my life. I don't want to hear that, Molly. I love listening to you. I love laughing with you. I love talking with you about business. I love this. I love that. But Molly, I ain't listening to all that. And that's okay. I had to learn to be okay with that. And instead of thinking that there were more people out there that God had for me to connect with it, I needed to connect with it. I needed to bring some goodness into this world, into my world of anybody who's following me, right? Um, I had to say, sometimes people are brought into your life for a season. And I had to revisit what I tell you all the time. Some people are lifetime friends. Some people are there no matter what your journey is, good, bad, or indifferent, right? I've also had people walk away from me when my life was more of a hot mess. So I get it. You figure out who's standing with you, right? Um, I have people, family, who they don't understand. They don't understand my journey at all. Period. And they love me. I know they love me, but because they don't understand decisions I've made, whatever that looks like, then they just are like, or they're, they just don't. I have to learn to be strong through those times because I can't pick my family. I have to love them regardless, right? Because that's what God says to do. Love them in the hardest of times. Be there no matter what. And I am. And but the one thing that I think they would all have to admit is that I am at the most peaceful stage in my life that I have been in a very, very long time. Not because of the cancer, because God used the cancer. God didn't give me the cancer, but the journey that I went through has brought me to a full circle about myself. Look, I'm all about being successful in business. I'm all about my company. I am. I'm all about it. Y'all know. I just am. Our company's been through some really, really rough times. Um, there was a time when things like title and all the awards and all, and they're all nice. I'm not saying it's not great to be recognized in titles, but my greatest accomplishment I have figured out in this journey with my business is the connections to the people that I have met, that have come and gone out of my life, who have come and stayed, who have come and gone in business, and then they left the business, but they stayed connected to me. That is the greatest reward, to be able to share everything. And even at this point, sharing some Jesus, sharing some things that have got me through the worst points of my life, knowing that he was connecting me with the people who support me and get me. That is huge. Good morning, Annie Roberts. Thanks for being here. So let's finish this up. Hey, Diane, love you, girlfriend. Hopefully I'll see you tonight, okay? Hey, Tiffany. Okay, so let's finish this. Um, Whenever you feel alone or afraid, voice your prayers to me. I hear your silent prayers too, but whispering your words or uttering them out loud helps you think more clearly. Whether you're saying it to yourself, whether you're saying it out loud, whether you're shouting, no matter what it is, it can make you feel good to know, God, you still there? I say that. During some really bad times, you still there, God? He's still there. Always where I left him, always where I walked away from him. He's still there. He never gives up on me. I give up on me, and I've given up on him at times, but he never gives up on me, because he knows that I have a greater purpose in this world, that he made no mistake with who he made me, how he made me, what he brought me to, what I walked away from that he brought me to, maybe, and the fact that I had to find my way back. He gives me the voice that I have. He gives me the connection that I have to you or people who meet me. He gives me my love for life, and that no matter who you are and where your journey is, to say and let you know that you are worthy. If you feel like you're completely messed up, that's all right. He loves you. But this is what I know too. My God doesn't make any mistakes. He doesn't. So quit trying to think that you have to change everything about you. Everything about you in order to be loved. You don't. I'm not saying we can't all use some self-improvement. Lord knows. That's why I do a lot of good makeup. You know what I'm saying? And some hair products and some fashion. That's what I'm saying. But the point is, this inward stuff that you wish that you think you're going to be happier if you lose 40 more pounds. No, you will be healthier if you lose 40 more pounds. It's what gets me on the treadmill every day. You know what I'm saying? I will be healthier if I'm not always eating pumpkin spice donuts. Okay? Yeah. But the fact of the matter is who he made me, and the fact to think that I cannot be used because what? I need to lose another 40 pounds? Serious? Or my hair doesn't look like hers, or I don't talk like her, or I can't wear my makeup like her, or whatever that is, or I just I don't have enough money, enough people don't follow me. Stop it. Stop it. You are imperfectly, you are exactly what God made you to be. And you know what you can improve to whether it's your temple or your attitude. You know, now don't use that. Don't say, well, God gave me this bad attitude, and I'm just going to stick with it. You know, I got that. I'm not going to listen to nobody. I'm not going to learn. No. See, you can't have that bad attitude and love people. Because Jesus says, I need you to love me, and I need you to love people. Whew. And that is huge. That is huge right there. So, Because I understand you perfectly, you don't have to explain things to me. But I am. Are you not an explainer to God? God, he says, you don't have to explain it to me. I know you perfectly. But I'm like, look, God, you know how I am. And you know how I sometimes just talk over people and I don't want to listen. You know, that little kid is there in front of me going, listen, Mama Molly, listen, right? And I am telling God, listen to me. And he's like, but I know, but I will listen. So I think it's very comforting to know that I need to talk it out with him or anybody I'm talking to, thank you. But he already knows, and he already knows how he will handle it if you let him guide you. So I love that. You can dive right in, seeking my help in your here and now circumstances. Spend a few moments relaxing with me, breathing in the joy of my presence. Unbelievable. Love this. This is from Jesus Always. The series, this is probably one of my favorites of the series. I always seem to go. I have Jesus Listens. I have the whole series, but this one here speaks to me time and time again. You want to know why I love these? I love these because they're dated, right? The different ones, they're dated, but you can use them over and over again. And according to where you're at in the journey of your life, what may not have resonated with you a year ago may be exactly what you need. So, um, again, this is what I'm going to say. Don't feel alone. There is somebody right there who is waiting for you to reach out. Somebody that you can talk to 24/7. Somebody who never gets tired of hearing, whether you have a need or rather you just want to say thank you, Jesus, for life. Thank you for showing me that when I think my life is hard, when I think my mortgage is too high, when I hate gas prices, that you say to me, girl, let me show you some people who are in a much worse situation than you are because you need to appreciate what God has given you. And can I tell you that from Avon to door dashing, any of these side gigs that I have, things like that, I will roll up on people in their houses 150 times. And when I'm feeling, I can't believe that I'm out here and I'm doing this. I'm tired today. I don't feel like doing it, but I have to do it. I have to pay my bills. And he will show me somebody that either it teaches me a lesson, it shows me something, or I have been able to bring some gladness and some smiles and somebody who comes out and I can tell they're in a bad mood. I mean, I can see it. It's all over their face, man. I can read it. And to walk up and go, hey, how you doing today? I'm here with the food and it's hot. You know, or I'm here with the Avon products and they gonna change your life. Thank you. And they can't help it. They have to laugh or smile or think, please, Jesus, get this person away from me. She's way too happy for my day. And sometimes I'm not feeling the happy at that moment, but I know that I'm supposed to be loving people even when I don't feel like loving people, right? So I would say to you, get away from that negative. You hear it. Oh, I knew Molly was going to bring something up about negative at this. I just knew she was. Thank you. That's right, because it all goes hand in hand. Get rid of that negative. And it's okay that when you feel down and you feel sad and you feel worried. I could tell that Mary Becker was worried about Haley, and she had texted me and asked me if I would pray for her, and we did. And it's okay. You're human, y'all. But you know what she knew? She knew that God was there, and when one or two are gathered in his name, that we know he's got this. And that's how I live life. You can laugh at me, you can say psh, but you keep watching because he's brought me through some really hard stuff, and there were times that I was walking those hard things and I did not want him. As a matter of fact, I told him to get lost. I was angry with him too. And I can tell you that it went much better when I turned around and said, oh, there you are. You're still there. You're still there. I didn't realize you were still there. and I just renewed that relationship with him. So I hope for those of you who do watch this, I hope that this is helping you. Please feel free to comment. Private messaging me is a challenge. Now that I'm doing this, I have 2, 3, 400 private messages at a time. It takes me a while to get through them. I don't have a lot of time, but I do try to get through to all of them. My time is so limited these days, but I am blessed that I am that busy. Sometimes I'm tired, but I am blessed. For my Avon people, my tribe, I will be on tonight, sometime between 8 and 8:30 normally, and we will talk some Avon. We will talk some stories. We will talk about building business, and we will celebrate. And I need you to know that I am here because I want to be a blessing to your life. And as much as you're going to try to hate me, you're not going to be able to hate. You're not going to be able to help yourself because you're going to end up loving me. You are. You are not going to be able to help yourself. I'm a firm believer of that. I can't stand that Molly Stone, but she need to stop talking about Jesus and quit talking about Avon and quit talking about how everybody should have a better attitude. But you know what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to help yourself. You're going to keep scrolling. You're going to keep scrolling, and you're going to come back and go, oh, then what Molly talking about today? And I'm going to smile at you, and you're going to go, I can't help it. I like her, and I don't even want to like her. It's okay. That's what happens. It's what happens all the time. So, love you. Let's pray real quickly. If you have a prayer request, please feel free to drop it in the comments, and I will definitely pray for you. I go through this at the end of the day. I will put this on YouTube. Yes, Mary, we certainly all do need more Jesus. You know my hashtags. Hashtag Jesus fix it. Hashtag Jesus take the whole car. You know. So yes. Um, so let's pray. If you're done with me, that's okay. But I'm still going to pray for you. Okay? Let's all pray. Dear God, thank you for having people show up, even though I was 45 minutes late, Lord. Thank you for just making a way with this social media thing that can be so negative and it can be so destructive. And knowing that, but if we keep trying, we can bring some good into the world. We can bring some smiles in the world. We can bring your son into the world. And we can show people that this life, this earth, it is not nearly as bad as everybody says. That we have some good people. We have some people who love people. The media just doesn't like to report about that. Lord, I pray for Haley as she is recovering. God, please give her a full recovery. We are asking that in your name, God. Such a precious soul and has so much life to live. And we pray for her parents because we all know how things like this can just give people gray hairs, Lord. But that's what we have Avon hair coloring for, right? Lord, I pray that you will be with anybody here who doesn't know you, God. Help them see something in the comments here and the people who follow, the people who just know that there's nothing stronger than the power of prayer and to have a relationship with you. Help them, God, not to let a bad church or a bad Christian rob them of a very, very good God. God, I know that you will never give up on them, just as you've never given up on me in 59 years. Lord, whoever has a need here, I pray that this will open a door for them to reach up and out to you and talk to you and be themselves with you and to know they can complain to you and they can share their fears with you and they can also celebrate the good things, like they throw an extra bag of french fries in the bag, accident or not. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. You know that. You know that you wanted french fries. I can't help it, Lord. It's just, I feel like you're in every blessing that comes, and you're also in every lesson that we need to learn, good, bad, or indifferent. Be with the people watching. Be with the people who aren't watching. God, keep them safe. Move in their lives. Keep their kids safe. Be with the people in our businesses, Lord. Help their businesses to grow. Show them the path and then give them the bravery and the strength and the know-how to walk through the door and make the mistakes and grow anything they want to the capacity they want it. when they do it in your name. Be with our day. Keep us safe, Lord. We ask all this in your name. Amen. So I hope that your day is better because you were part of my late morning. Again, apologies. I'm going to go finish my pumpkin spice donut and then get on the treadmill. Jesus, fix it. Okay, I know. So now I'm going to have to walk off more calories, but it's all good because I love me some pumpkin spice. Hi, Donna Miles. How are you, my friend? So good to see you on here. Y'all know Donna Miles is famous in the Avon world, corporate or not, famous, okay? And if you've ever looked into her blue eyes, okay, you just know. You just know. So good to see you, Donna. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Love you to the moon and the bell. I will see my Avon tribe in the Onward group tonight, okay? And go forth and love some people, okay? Take care, guys. Bye-bye.